Welcome to the Quick Start for Mapping using MicroStation Connect Edition. In this video, we're going to learn about how to edit some geometry. Specifically, we're going to work on some street geometry. Cleaning up our data is an important part of any workflow, especially geographic workflows. Often our geometry is digitized based on aerial photography, point clouds, or other sources of data. So sometimes this geometry needs to be cleaned up using various trimming and modification tools. What we're going to do is learn how to use commands to extend lines, trim lines, break elements into different pieces, and trim to intersections. We're going to go ahead and browse to the GeoStreets file, and we're going to be editing that file. So in this file here, we have a lot of street information. Some of this information is off by a little bit, so we're going to first go ahead and attach some raster data to locate ourselves. I'm going to open all of that raster data up. And if you remember, in one of the previous sessions, we had turned off the display, so in view number 1. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on. Let's make sure that's on. And if we don't see stuff, we can just always do a fit raster. And there it is. Sometimes it's hard to see behind all of that geometry. So that fit view with the toggle set to raster will help us locate things. All right, well, we're going to operate in an area right up here. So I'm going to zoom in to this area up here. And we'll see a variety of different things that are going to need to be altered. So for example, if we zoom in really close here, we'll see that this line extends too far. It needs to be trimmed back. See the same situation occurring over here. We can see that these lines don't go far enough. They need to be extended. So we have a variety of different things that we're going to have to do here to help us out. To help do some of this drawing, we want to make sure we're on the right level here. We want to be on the level called GeoStreets. And if we might need to add some information, we'll probably want to use our bi-level color, bi-level style, and our bi-level weight. So now that I've got my information set up here, I can go ahead and start to use some of my trimming commands. So we can start by doing some trimming, and we're going to use the Home tab, the Modify Ribbon group, and we're going to use Trim to Element. So with the Trim to Element command, I can select the element I want to modify, as you can see right here, and then I want to select the part I want to keep, and then I use a trimming element to trim it back to that element. So I want to select the part I want to keep, and I want to trim it to this point. We can continue on here. There's a few more. Oops, that's not the one. I want to select the part I want to keep and then trim it back to that point. So it becomes relatively easy once you get the hang of it. There's a couple more of these you can see. Keep part I want to keep, the trim to part. Let's go ahead and try that again. Got another one right there. Now I can try to do some extensions as well. So here I need to do some extends. This is interesting. This particular command actually will also work to extend. So here's the element I want to modify, and I want to extend it to this point here. So this does trimming and extending, so it's a pretty convenient little command to help us do a variety of different things. Let's try a different command now. We're going to try a trim multiple. And the trim multiple allows us to do trim and extend, trimming, or just extensions. We're going to go ahead and select just extensions. I'm going to zoom down here, and you can see I have 3 lines that are going vertical, and they're all supposed to intersect this road. So I'd like to do them all in one step, so that's the multiple part. I want to do multiple operations in one step. In fact, there's a 4th one over here. So the first thing I want to do is, where do I want to go to? I want to go up to this element here. So I select this line up here, and now I just drag. Oh, let me make sure I didn't get that there. There we go. Now I can drag with holding my left mouse button down and dragging. So this is keep the left mouse button clicked. Now I'm going to let go of the left mouse button after I've dragged a line through all of the elements I want to extend. And there they go. So that was really easy. I did multiple lines with a simple drag line. Let's take a look at one other command that we have available to us as well, right over here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, just below our park. And what we want to do is to try a break command. So we're going to use the break element tool, and this will break an element in essentially by deleting a section of it. So I'm going to click here and then go that way. Oops. And do the same thing this way. So I can delete part of an element using the break element command. Now I can actually come back and do my trim to intersection. Select this one here and that one there to create that intersection if I wanted to do it again. I can do it with that side as well. So using the trim tools and the modification tools makes life a lot easier. Whenever you've got these things out there, you simply select the side you want to keep, go to the cutting element. It becomes pretty easy once you get the hang of it. In the next session, we're going to take a look at how we can place symbols in our map.